Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Muz Show, and today is going to be super exciting because today we are going to talk about how sales funnels can scale your business and change lives simultaneously. Now, before getting inside of this particular topic, we have to cover why should we actually get inside of any business? What are the common things that people have in mind while they actually get inside of any kind of business? Okay, we will be bursting some myths, and also we'll be finding out what is the main purpose of having a business. Is it about making more money, becoming a billionaire, a millionaire, and so on? Okay, so we'll also be finding out what your purpose could be, how you can find your purpose for starting your own business, because if we do not even know what our purpose for starting a business is, then how can we actually change and influence lives? Okay, so all of these we are going to cover in today's show, and it's gonna be super amazing. So stay tuned and stay till the end, because by the end of it I'm also gonna show you guys how you can actually execute all these things that we are gonna cover inside of this video for your own benefit. Because at the end, what's in it for me, right? So make sure you stay till the end, and also at the end we will be having a question and answer session. So if you want to make notes, you can make notes. It's totally up to you, but let's get started. Okay, so let's start with some myths. Okay, these are the most common myths that most of the starters make while they actually start a business. The first one is, it's all about me. Now, how many of you guys have this thought when you are actually looking forward to starting your own business, and you think that okay, I want to start a business because I want to make more money, right? I want to, there's a hell lot of profit in it. I can actually automate the whole business, and after a point of time I can just take off, right? And most of these people think that it's all about yourself, how much money you're gonna make, and how happy your life would be, how happy your family would be, and all of those stuff, right? Selfish things. But it's not about yourself. I'm gonna cover that later on. The second thing is, the profit margins are high AF. Now, this is really interesting because it surely is. Okay, they are really high, but for as a starter, I don't think so, because there are so many fluctuations that go on in a business that you will be thinking like, okay, at one point it's really amazing, and and the next second you want to quit and commit suicide. Okay, so it's like really insane, the amount of stress level that comes in. It's super insane. So the third thing is, it's just the maths that make a business. Now, what do I mean by maths over here? Now, we all know that let's say a business is all about numbers, right? How much we are gonna make, how much it would cost to actually manufacture a product, and then later on how much will it cost to how much we will sell it for, and that will be determining our profit. That's all. Okay, that's all you need to have. You need to figure out which manufacturer gives us the product at the lowest cost, and then we will be reselling that, or we will be wholesaling that to another person or another business, and then we'll be making profit. That's all. No, it's not that. Okay, it's not it. There are so many things that goes inside of a business that you need to keep in mind. The fourth is, I'll do business that's already proven to work, which is really good. You should do business which is already proven to work, but what different you're doing, we are also gonna cover that. And the fifth thing is, I'll do everything on my own. Now, how many of you guys think that you should actually start doing everything on your own when you are going to start a business? Okay, let me tell you about this thing, that business literally means like you don't have to be physically present over there for the business to run, right? It will be basically a job if you are doing everything on your own. You're just living a high income job, or you're just living another job where you are your own boss, right? You don't have to listen to anybody, but at the same time you don't have the freedom, and that's not a business, that's a job. The last one is, it's all about how many products I sold. Okay, now it's like your net worth will be decided by the stock amount that you have. Isn't that it? But at the same time, does your net worth or does your stock totally depends on the number of products that you sell? Not really, right? So what the all of these should be, right? Number one, it's all about your audience. It's not about you, it's about your audience. what are the different problems that you're going to solve for your audience, and how is it going to benefit them and not you. Because if somebody is giving you money, they want something in return, right? Nobody is going to give something completely to you, like all of their money. Nobody is going to give you even 1 rupees or $1 for nothing, right? They have to have a reason for it. They are the products that you are providing, they have to solve a problem of this particular group of people who are present there, and for that only reason they are gonna pay you some amount, right? The second one is profit margins are highly fluctuating. Just as I mentioned, suppose if you're just starting right now, you can get a job, you can get a client who will be working, you'll be working for, and then he will be paying you, let's say on a monthly basis. Okay, let's say $500. But what will happen is, after a point of time, he may quit, right? It doesn't really know that each and every client is not completely yours. They keep on shifting to something which comes better, at a better price, at a better value level, and then they will be shifting. That's all, right? You cannot depend your whole life in one client, and it doesn't really work like that. So the profit margin at the very beginning, you will be totally depending on the client. You'll be working for them, and you will be giving them services, and for that they will be paying you money, right? But after a point of time, when you start automating all of these stuff, there will be losses that you will be incurring. There will be period when you won't be earning any money, okay, and you will have so many debts that you have to cover, and you cannot do anything about that, okay, which is really sick. But at the same time, this is business, and this is how it works. The third one is, maths is definitely a part, but it's not the whole business. Okay, now maths is actually considered as a major major portion of a business, but at the same time, it's not the whole thing, right? Just imagine the amount of connections that you have, okay, the amount of people you connect on a daily basis in a business. As a business, those are the people who are gonna who you'll be working with, right? It's not about how much profit you're making. It's about how many connections you have got that can help you with your own business. It's also about your audience. It's also about the amount of people's life it's changing, right? I'm also gonna talk about changing lives with a business later on, but at the current point, I'm telling you guys that math isn't the whole thing about a business. Okay, there are so many factors that goes inside of it. Your expenses that comes in, and there are several other things that you have to keep mind of. Public relations, your employees relation with one another. There are so many things that goes inside of a business. It's not just about the maths. And the fourth thing is, you have to creatively do business that's already proven to work. Just imagine the first ever social media platform that was ever created and launched. What was it? It was 6degrees.com. Okay, it was a platform where you can set up your profile and you can make connections, you can send them private messages. That's all. That was the first platform that was ever made. The next one that was built, which really became famous, was Facebook. It was launched on 2004 in Massachusetts, USA, by Mark Zuckerberg. Of course, everybody knows about that. So what he did, he actually recreated the whole idea of social media and took it to the next level. Then later on, Instagram came in 2010. Then he introduced a new feature, which is stories, and there are which is producing content in photographical or graphical type of content, right? Instagram is known for graphical content, so they came in with a new concept. They came in with a different concept, but at the same time, it's the same idea of having a social media, right? And afterwards, LinkedIn came in, Twitter came in, where they have a completely different concept, right? But it's already social media. They just creatively changed something to make it a bit different and their own. This is how you should do business. You should actually start creatively thinking about what you can change on already existing things which are proven to work. Okay, just think about that, and you can start shifting your business and creating something new. The fifth one is, be an entrepreneur instead of money slave. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, if you are just looking for clients, if you are just looking for a $500 job, on a monthly basis. Like you can learn about social media marketing and you can get a client for which you will be managing social media, and you can charge $500 to them. But you're not an entrepreneur in there, you're an employee, you are working for somebody, right? And if you're just working on getting clients, then that's all about being an employee or getting on a job. But if you're thinking about an entrepreneurship type of mindset, then what you'll be doing is you'll be outsourcing the work to somebody else while you're automating your own business. Just imagine you have a company, okay, or a small agency where you're trying to sell this service or social media marketing. You know nothing about that, okay? You don't know anything about that, but you know how to deal with people. What you can simply do is you can start going on and close some clients for social media marketing, and at the same time what you'll be going to do is once you close the deal, you'll be closing it for, let's say, $600. Then you will be hiring somebody who is already an expert in it, let's say for $400 or $300. He will be doing all the work while you will be enjoying the profit. And that's entrepreneurship. Like, you will be automating the whole process. You are not involved in any of the working of this whole job or anything. You won't take any part, but you are closing deals, and that's how you are getting some clients in. And once you start getting some clients in, you can automate the whole system by hiring already experts who are people who are already experts in that particular space. That's entrepreneurship, and that's not being a money slave. Because once you start chasing money, you're not an entrepreneur, you're just a job seeker. The last one is, it's all about how many lives I changed or influenced, and not how many products you sold. Because just imagine, suppose you have sold this product of let's say a mic, right? You sold this product. Now how many lives did it change? Now how does it even change a life, right? See, every single product solves a particular set of problem, right? And if it's solving that small bit of problem, it's influencing life, okay? Then that's how that particular product, each and every, even small product like a comb, solves a particular problem, right? So that's how you can change lives with a business or with a product. Instead of counting the products, count how many lives you changed with that particular product. So these were the few myths that I wanted to cover. Let's jump into the purpose of having a business. Now, what is actually a purpose of having a business? Now, when I was starting out, I was always having this thought that, okay, I want to get inside of business, an online business, because I wanted to become a billionaire, right? How many of you think like that, right? All of us do, right? Even if we are starting right now, we want to grow a huge following on social media, and we want to make live the life of our dreams. But at the same time, we do not realize the true facts. Once we get inside of it, we then do. So at the very beginning, I was thinking like, I want to become a billionaire, and that's the reason I'm joining business, right? And the second thing that I was having is, I wanted to live a stress-free life, because everybody says that business makes you a lot of money, and once I have a lot of money, what stress could I have? Okay, well, like, everything can be solved with money, right? And the third one is, I wanted to flex on anybody. Like, at the very beginning, we get this. See, even if we do not accept it, we do. Okay, sometimes we just want to flex on anybody, because we just want to look good in front of everyone else, right? Even if we do not accept it, that's the bitter truth. Okay, and once you accept it, only then you can move on. So at the very beginning, we would be buying all those gadgets of ours, even if we do not have the money. But do we actually think that, is it really essential for us, or we are just doing it to actually show everybody that we have just got it? No, right? We do not even need it. If we did, then if we would purchase it for some business purpose or any other purpose that it was actually required for, instead of flexing, then that will be much better. And the last one is, I wanted to I had this concept, like, I will be hustling for the next decade, and then after that I will be living a stress-free life, and I will be living the life of our dreams. Okay, now this is true. This is completely true, that you can hustle for the next 10 years, and after that you can live the life of your dreams. But at the same time, you cannot cut yourself off of everything you built in the past decade, can you? Right? You actually spend 10 years building something which is really big, and now that you have the financial freedom, you'll be leaving everything. That will be just like cutting your hand or anything like that, right? you won't be able to do that. So what is actually the purpose of us being doing business, right? Now this is completely your call. Only you can know what your purpose for doing business is. Now I can only assume that you are doing business for let's say changing lives. You have got this motivation that you will be changing lives of thousands and millions of people, but how? I cannot tell you how. Only you can do, right? This is your call. You have to find what's the purpose of me doing the business. What is it, something that I'm expert in and I can actually help people with. That's how you can actually find your purpose. Now I'm also going to talk about how you're going to find it out, but let's cover this thing first. Now, along with money and the freedom that you will be getting in a business, you will also be getting some kind of responsibility. Now whenever it comes to getting business, or getting into like getting happy or getting sad, all of it comes with a cost, right? Everything needs to be balanced in this universe. Okay, if you're laughing right now, then after a point of time you will be crying, and if you're crying right now, then after a point of time you will be laughing. Okay, so everything needs to be balanced, and everything is balanced for you to actually go ahead and live properly, because everything needs to be balanced. So if you're getting the money, if you're getting the freedom, you're also getting the responsibility of all the employees you're gonna have, all the team members you're gonna have, the responsibility of your family, the responsibility of your whole business, which is like your baby, right? Along with money and freedom, you're also gonna go and get all those stress, responsibility that you need to fulfill in order to actually sustain that business. If you do not do that, then it will be just a waste of time, right? Now, how to receive this call? Now like, how do you know what is the purpose of you doing business, right? Now if you want to know what is the purpose of you getting inside of any business, the first thing that you would need to do is what you love to do. Just find out what it is that you love to do and you can help people with. Now even if you think that I'm completely beginner at this and I still love doing it, go ahead and do it. It doesn't really matter where you are. If you have already started doing it, and if you're really good at it, you're loving the process. Just imagine, I'll give you a quick example. You are into designing. Okay, let's say you design t-shirts, right? And you love doing it. You can sit all day and design 20-30 t-shirts, right? And if you're loving this thing, then what you can simply do is just find out what are the different problems that people are having. There are all other businesses or e-commerce experts who don't even know what designs they should put on their t-shirts, right? What you can simply do is go on Fiverr, and then you can put out your gigs where you will be designing those t-shirts for them. It's that simple, right? At the very first stage, it's about finding what you love to do, and once you find that out, then find out what people struggle with in that particular niche. Now, what do I mean by a niche? A niche is basically a small industry, right, where you're gonna focus yourself in. Now, for example, if I'm gonna talk about digital marketing, okay, digital marketing is a whole industry. It's not a niche. Okay, if there are people who come up to me and ask like, I'm really interested in learning digital marketing, but digital marketing is an industry. You cannot understand the whole concept in one go. You have to find out what it is within this digital marketing industry that you want to go in. There is SEO, there is Google Analytics, there is Google advertising, there is Facebook advertising, there is social media marketing, there is Instagram marketing, there is LinkedIn marketing, and there are so many other stuffs that goes inside of digital marketing. You first need to figure out what it is that you are most interested in. Okay, you have to niche it down until you actually figure out what your main thing is. Now, once you do that, then you should find out what people are struggling at within that. Now, how to find this out? Now, you can simply go to Quora.com. Okay, Quora.com is a quick website where people ask questions. Okay, now what you can do is you can just log on to search on Google Quora, and then you will be heading on to that website. Then you can simply search for the keyword that you're interested in. For example, printed t-shirts. Then you can just type in printed t-shirts, and it will be showing you thousands and thousands of questions that people are asking all over the internet. Okay, and just go ahead and see what are the different questions that that particular group of people are asking. Okay, and that's the basic problem that they are facing, right? The third step is help people get solution to those problems. It's very simple. Do not try to complicate it. Okay, you don't have to make physical products. You just have to get an idea on how you can help them digitally, because if you want to get in physical business, then it's gonna be like it needs some investment, right? Even if it's a digital business, it's also gonna need investment in yourself, but at the same time it's gonna cost much less than a physical business. So just go ahead and find out how you can solve the problems of all those people who are present over there in that particular website, or the questions that they are asking. Just list all the solutions, all the possible solutions that you think, list them down, and then you can work on that. And the last one is start with one person, and then you can scale by bringing the whole world in. Okay, now it sounds really unrealistic, but it is completely true. Now, social media, you're living in an era where social media is it's not a privilege. Okay, any single person can get on social media, start posting content, and become famous. You would have seen all those latest artists that became famous. Okay, Yashraj Mukhate, he became famous, but he was doing music. He was in music industry for a very long time, but when did he become famous? When he did something which is really creative. So that's what you need to find out, doing something creatively so that it becomes yours. Okay, now whenever somebody talks about doing voiceovers or making music combos, music combinations with already existing videos of other people or serials, then people will be remembering Yashraj, because he started doing it, and all the other people who are doing it right now got inspiration from him, right? So it has already become his, right? So you have to figure out how you can do things creatively within your niche so that it becomes completely yours. And at last, I wanted to give this quote, which is, money is in the process and freedom is in scale. Now, what do I mean by this? When you are in the process of doing what you love to do, okay, you are hustling, you are totally in a hustle mode, and you are providing as much value to people as you can. Okay, you are giving all those amazing designs, t-shirts designs, to all those creatives, like in Fiverr, to all those people who actually hire you to make t-shirt designs for them. You're doing it for them, right? And you're gonna charge money for that, yeah, right? You are not doing it completely for free. At the very beginning, you might be doing things for free. You must do things for free, I would say, so that you can get some testimonials, and once you do, then afterwards you can get money inside of it. Now, for the first 2 to 3 years, you will be hustling. 4 to 5 years you'll be hustling, but you'll also be making money in the process, right? And afterwards, when you have got everything, you have got this whole testimonials base of yours, what you can simply do is you can scale the whole thing and get the freedom that you actually wanted. Okay, now at the end, it's not just about the money, it's about the freedom that you get. So that's what we are gonna do. Now that we have covered all these purpose of business and busting the myths, enough of philosophies, right? It was all about motivation and everything, but how does a sales funnel can scale a business and change lives simultaneously? If you do not know what a sales funnel is, just go ahead to my first live video. It's already present in my YouTube channel. You can just search for either the Daily Muz Show in YouTube, then there will be, I think the lives will be popping up. So go ahead and check it out, or you can visit my channel and check the video, the first live, for what a sales funnel is. You will understand A to Z what a sales funnel is. So don't worry if you're not a business or you're just starting. Okay, don't worry about that, because once I cover this, I will also be talking about how all of these stuff, like all the businesses getting all this scaling thing, can benefit you and change your life. So stay tuned. Now, when it comes to scaling business, what type of businesses I actually consider? Number 1 is digital businesses. Number 2 is physical businesses. Now, What are the different industries within a digital business or a personal brand? Marketing agencies, there are content creators, there are fitness experts, there are makeup artists, videography or photography agencies which work remotely, because all of these agencies, you would be shocked to know that photography and videography agencies, they are like they're working from remote places as well. Like just editing part, of course, they cannot actually record the whole video from a remote place, but they are doing it. And even photographical agencies, they have captured their whole market by just putting out digital content. And the last one is online education, which is like a huge industry where you have huge opportunity to actually go and create something. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this later on. But physical businesses, there are real estate businesses, dentists, doctors, chiropractors, then education institutes, restaurants, gyms, dance, music studios, and food trucks. Even food trucks. Okay, you just imagine the scale, the amount of businesses that can come in inside of sales funnels and actually scale their businesses. Now, each and every example that I just gave over here, they're just a quick examples that popped up in my mind, but there are hundreds of other industries that can be put inside of sales funnels and could be scaled. Now, what do I actually mean by scaling? Okay, let's come to that part. Now, let's suppose there's any type of business. Okay, there's any type of business, and then what they will be doing is, okay, just a minute. Okay, there's any type of business, and the second step of getting inside of scaling a business is building an audience on social media or accumulating all the present customer base on social media. Now, for if it's a digital agency, then you would need to create an audience first, because if you do not create an audience first, then how will you create a business at the very beginning when nobody knows you, right? You have to create a digital audience first. And if you already have a pre-existing physical business store with you, then just accumulate all the customers that have already made the purchase from you in social media by simply targeting them from Facebook advertisements, Google advertisements, and all those special advertisements. The third one is giving value and building trust. Now, what do I mean by giving value? What does value mean? Something which is which actually does something for somebody. For example, if you have if you're really educated in one particular thing, let's say you are really educated in guitar, like you love to play guitar. So how do you build trust? You can put out videos on Instagram, or you can put out videos on YouTube by actually playing the guitar, and you can even teach people how to play guitar completely from a remote place, from any social media platform. There will be people who will be watching this as well, right? And afterwards, what you can do is you can drive traffic to a proper funnel depending on the niche, and then it will be becoming a one source of income for that particular business. Now, what do I mean by driving traffic to a proper funnel? Now, proper funnel basically means that each and every niche has different kinds of funnels attached to it. Okay, you cannot use a lead generation funnel for selling your course, like a fitness course or fitness transformation session. You cannot do a lead generation funnel for that. It doesn't really work really good, right? For that, you would need a proper funnel that will be working 24/7 for you. And that's how wonderful this concept of sales funnel is. Each and every industry has their own sales funnel that will be working the best for that particular niche or that particular coach, right? And after that, have a series of sales funnels, right? You have already made one sales funnel, right? That will be becoming your one source of income. And then afterwards, you can make 2 to 3 more sales funnels, which will be working like an extra source of income for your business, which is insane, right? If you can make one source of income, you can definitely make 2 to 3 sources of income afterwards, because you just need to have the first cash flow in, and once that keeps on coming in, then you can make 2 to 3 different sources of income, and in this case you can make two to three different sales funnels to actually start scaling your business as well. Now all of it totally depends on the amount of on the business that you have, and it totally depends on what type of business that you are running. Okay, if you are running if you are a doctor or a dentist, then you want to put out a different type of sales funnel to actually get clients and do not sell courses, right? You being a dentist, you won't be selling courses on how to become a dentist, will you? Right? No, right? So you will be having a separate set of sales funnel for that particular purpose, and with this particular this sales funnel concept, you can actually scale a business. In the upcoming videos I will also be talking about how you can double your income, like double or triple your income, with just shifting from websites to sales funnel for selling your products. Don't miss that one, because it's gonna be super informative, and at the same time we'll be doing some practical stuff to actually show you guys how this whole thing works. Now once you have covered the scaling part, now we know that how we can scale businesses with sales funnel. Okay, like you will be making 3 to 4 different sales funnels for that particular business, with which you can scale the whole process, right? But how does that particular thing can change lives? Now note that I'm not talking about businesses changing your life. It definitely changes your life, right? Because if you are gonna have a business, then it's gonna make you money, it's gonna change your lifestyle, it's gonna change the way you think, it's gonna change every single thing in you. But at the same time, how is it gonna change your audience's life? That's what matters. Okay, for example, you're a real estate agent. Okay, and this whole example shows how amazing the real estate niche is, and why real estate owners buy Lamborghini so soon. Okay, it's like they have this thing, this whole process that they are doing is really insane, and the amount of money that they make is way higher than any other industry. So there's a real estate agent which closes the deals for their clients and take a small percentage of the whole amount of that real estate. Let's say he got a client who wants to sell a property worth $100,000. Okay, if the agent is able to close the deal, he will get 20% in commission, which is like $20,000. And if he makes about 2 more sales in this month, then he will already have like a lot of money, like $40,000, which is insane, right? And just keep this in mind, when it comes to USA, there is no property worth $100,000. I guess it will be totally remote. But if you're in the city and if you're in downtown, then it's gonna cost more than $500, or let's say even $1,000,000. So just imagine the amount of commission that you're gonna make with one particular sale. Okay, if you just make one sale, you can just live your life with that, right? Isn't it? So that particular person gets 2 sales in a month, then it's gonna change his own life, won't it? It will be changing life. So what will happen is, how their audience, which is the person for which he sold the property, like the owner, the original previous owner of the property, and the person who actually bought the property, how their lives were changed with this particular deal. Now let's say at the very beginning, that particular client who actually walked in to this real estate agent didn't know how to sell his own property. He had this property for years and he couldn't sell it, and this real estate agent actually sold it, which was really good. It was a big problem of his, and he sold his problem, and it was a relief for that person, because he made about $80,000, that the previous owner of the real estate, right? And he made a huge amount as well, because he wasn't even able to close the deal and this person did, so he's gonna give him some money for that as well. So the life of the owner actually changed, so that he could move to the next property, or actually get rid of one property that he doesn't want to have. And at the same time, the person who walked in inside of this real estate or this new building, then that person will be the life of that particular family will also be changing, because they will never get a home for, let's say, $100,000, they won't get it. So they, after all those hustle and all those hassle and the real hard work, that they were actually able to find a new home for themselves and their family for just $100,000, which is a really big deal for that particular family. Okay, so it really means a lot to them, because if you go ahead and search for real estate agents and you just go through the stories that they have for their clients, you will just cry, because all those people, the testimonials that they share, which is totally emotional, and the amount of life and the life that is changed by this particular deal is really big, and a home matters a lot, right? So this is how any particular business, it doesn't really have to be a real estate agent. You can be, let's say, you are a businessman, or you are just let's say a doctor. Now you definitely know a doctor changes lives, doesn't he? So even if it's a sales professional, if you are a salesperson, then how do you change lives of people? You sell products, don't you? And that those products actually solve some problems. So you're basically changing or influencing lives of a particular group of people, right? So this is how any business or any particular person change lives of its own audiences, so that they can actually emotionally connect with the company, because this is way important than how much money you are making. Because if the client or the customer is actually emotionally getting connected with your brand, then it's way better than making $1 million a year with no connections. It doesn't really work like that. So what's in it for you? Now I have discussed all of this stuff, right? Now I have discussed about how important are businesses, how a business can change lives, how sales funnel can actually scale a business, and all of that. But how is it beneficial for you? Now if you remember, there was a time in USA when people were actually gold mining. They were getting on those gold mines, and they was trying to search for gold, right? There were two types of people in that particular period. One who dug and searched for the gold by going to places and digging places to actually find out where they could actually find out gold. They really had a small chance of hitting the gold mines. Okay, they weren't like every single place they will hit, they will be getting the gold out of it. No, it didn't work out like that. They were having a small chance, because gold is precious and it isn't present everywhere. And the others were the people who actually sold the equipments for digging this gold. Now every single gold miner would need an equipment, right? All those cranes, because gold mining, it doesn't even include an axe, okay, like just a digger. It needs a lot of stuff, like a crane or a tank or something like that, to actually make the drills and all of that stuff. So every single gold miner would need this thing. So that's how each and every person who will be mining the golds, it doesn't really matter if they make the gold, they are able to get the gold or not. They have to buy the equipments first, and these people were actually successful at that particular point of time, and not all the gold miners. Okay, because everybody had to buy the equipment. And just imagine, now just look at this with this particular perspective. Every single businesses want sales funnel. Okay, now how about you learn about how to make sales funnels, and then you give it to clients, or make it for other people or other businesses. This is how this whole process is beneficial for you. Once you start learning about how to make funnels, or how you can actually master this whole funnel building process, and afterwards you can actually sell these services of making sales funnel to your client. And then that's how you can actually benefit from this whole process of sales funnels. Now since a sales funnel increases the sales for businesses, it influences lives, it is highly beneficial for the businesses. And since it's essential for the businesses, it's essential for you as well, because you're gonna provide this to all those businesses, right? So this is the reason why you should actually learn about sales funnels, and after a point of time you can actually start providing sales funnels to your clients. So that will be all for today. It's like 45 minutes by now or something, and yeah, that will be all for now. If you have got any questions, then you can put them down below, and I can actually talk to you guys about any questions or any doubts that you have. I will be taking a 2 minutes break and I will be coming back. Till then, if you have got any doubts, then you can put them down in the comment section. Hey guys, welcome back. So, Success Speaks. He asks, but how do we get to know which funnel will be working the best for a niche? Okay, so this is like a whole new strategy needs to be made in order to actually start making a funnel for a particular group of people or a particular business, because each and every business has a separate fan base. They have a separate audience, they have separate reasons for being in a business, right? They have separate missions. So we first need to figure out what type of business they are in and what is their objective, what they want to achieve, and according to that we are going to make these sales funnels. But if the main purpose is about making money and actually influencing lives of people by actually selling their own products, because since if that particular business is selling these products, okay, these products are gonna solve a lot of problems of a lot of people, right? If so in order to make more sales, in order to get more conversions, sales funnel can work the best. And just for this reason, I'm gonna make a separate series on how you can how I will be planning for separate industries or separate niches. I will be planning funnels for them, and that particular series is gonna come up real soon. I will still need a couple of weeks, I guess, to actually make all those videos. and also work on that particular thing, because it is time consuming, and I would need to first make a whole plan of a particular group of niche. Let's say in fitness niche, first I will be making in fitness niche, so that every single person who is in fitness niche can get this plan and they can start working on the sales funnel. So all of this is coming real soon, and this new series is gonna come up like a normal video, no lives and nothing. It will just be coming up like a normal YouTube video, so that everybody could watch it. I'm really sorry. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and actually stay tuned, because this series is gonna go live real soon. And yeah, if you have got any more questions, then you can ask, or we can close this over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm also excited for this, so let's see how this comes up. And that will be all for today. If you have got no more doubts, then I will be closing this live over here. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then make sure you hit the subscribe and stay tuned for the future videos, because I'm gonna come live on a daily basis, so that I can actually talk about these sales funnels, how you can actually make this sales funnels and actually start planning about it. So stay tuned and stay safe, stay home, and keep creating for a change, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Tape my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I